स्टूडेंट, टॉपिक चल रहा है आपका सजेशंस टू इम्प्रूव द वर्किंग ऑफ आरआरबीज। यानी आरआरबीज की वर्किंग कंडीशन को कैसे इम्प्रूव किया जाए उसके रिगार्डिंग कुछ सुझाव, कुछ सजेशंस। जैसे हमने इसमें इसके 3 सजेशंस के बारे में लास्ट लेक्चर में बताया था। आज इसका नंबर 4 सजेशंस देखिए क्या है। द स्पॉन्सर बैंक शुड चार्ज ए लोअर इंटरेस्ट रेट ऑन द रीफाइनेंस टू आरबीआई। यानी जो स्पॉन्सर बैंक हैं वो लोअर इंटरेस्ट चार्ज करते हैं आरबीआई पर। दूसरा, एंड involves less in RRBs, short term and non thematic loans. Next, the sponsor bank should invest the deposit of RRBs in long term government securities which are being kept in the non interest earning current account. To increase the profit margin, the RRBs should extend credit facilities to non-target group subject to a ceiling of 25% of the total outstanding advances. The state government should help the RRBs in recovering dues by creating a proper climate for recovery and in taking action against willful defaulters. Next, the RRBs should have their own recovery system with adequate trained staff and organize recovery camps involving the government officials, local leaders and branch staff. यानी लोन की रिकवरी के लिए कैंप लगाए जाते हैं जिससे जो बोरोवर्स होते हैं कम इंटरेस्ट रेट पर, जैसे कहते हैं कि इस समय इंटरेस्ट फ्री है, कोई ब्याज नहीं है, उनको एग्रेसिव करने के लिए, उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए। नेक्स्ट, the business of rural branches of commercial banks should be headed over to RRBs. RRBs should widen their sphere of the activity instead of the concentrating mainly on leading. They should provide the rural consultancy services, phased credit programs, create better avenues for employment, and take over the work of farmers service societies. The RRBs should devise suitable strategies to develop banking habits and practices among the rural folk in embedding banking education and awareness. There should be uniform scale of pay for all the RRB staff. Since RRBs is an area specific and target specific bank, its working hours should be suitably amended to enable the customer to make full use of its facilities. It is inconsistent to have the usual office hours between 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. in a village where the customers are busy in the field of that time. Therefore, the working hours of RRBs should be fixed according to the need of the area. The entire recruitment process in the RRBs should be streamlined, local people should be preferred, and training should be given on the problems of the rural life which are peculiar to the RRBs. स्टूडेंट नेक्स्ट देखिए टॉपिक आता है सर्विस एरिया अप्रोच। in student देखिए the concept of service area approach had been suggested by the National Credit Council study group in their report on the organizational framework for the implementation of social objectives submitted in 1969. The service area approach introduced in April 1989. इस सर्विस एरिया अप्रोच को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया अप्रैल में 1989 में और 1969 में इसे सबमिटेड किया गया. It was the committee under the chairmanship of P.D. Oja, डिप्टी गवर्नर ऑफ द आरबीआई. ये पी.डी. ओझा डिप्टी गवर्नर थे आरबीआई की उस समय. इसको कमेटी थी उस समय, इसको सेटअप किया गया. विच रिकमेंडेड द न्यू अप्रोच अकॉर्डिंग टू विच all the villages in each district were allocated to the nearest bank branches as their service area for providing adequate banking services. The service area approach introduced in April 1989, जो मैं पहले बता चुका हूँ, in order to bring about an orderly and planned development of rural semi-urban areas. It was extended to all Indian scheduled commercial bank, including regional rural banks, under the service area approach. All rural semi-urban branches of banks were allocated specific villages, generally in geographical contiguous area. Overall development and the credit needs of which were to be taken care by the respective branches. The scheme has been reviewed by the Reserve Bank and has been decided to dispense with the restrictive provision of the scheme while retaining the positive features of the service area approach and such credit planning and monitoring of the credit purveyance. According the following changes has been made in the scheme, which will be effective from the 8 December 2004. The allocation of the villages among the rural and semi-urban branches of banks shall not be applicable for lending except the under the government sponsored schemes. स्टूडेंट देखिए नेक्स्ट टॉपिक आता है इसका एडवांटेज ऑफ सर्विस एरिया अप्रोच. Optimum utilization of growth potential of the identified service area, contributing thus to increase the production and income levels. यानी कि प्रोडक्शन लेवल को बढ़ाना और इनकम को इंक्रीज करना. मिनिमाइजेशन ऑफ डिफ्यूजन ऑफ एफर्ट्स ऑफ बैंक्स ओवर वाइड एरियाज, making the lending activity of banking easily amenable to supervision and control. Introduction of micro level planning based on potential assessment and credit need of a small compact area as helping in the identification of area specific and resource specific activities for development within a cluster of villages. Ensuring proper coordination among financing banks, it means, and other development agencies by the involving the latter in planning, implementation and monitoring of credit programs. Next or last, encouraging people participation and involvement in credit planning and dispensation. स्टूडेंट देखिए नेक्स्ट टॉपिक ऑफ गाइडलाइन फॉर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग सर्विस एरिया अप्रोच. These are the guidelines of service area approach. Number 1, identification and allocation of service area. The essence of the approach is to assign the responsibility of meeting development credit needs of a cluster of villages to a designated branch of a commercial bank or RRB. By 1st April 1989, villages were allocated among branches of commercial bank or RRBs based on contiguity and proximity of the villages to the branches concerned. RBI recommended adoption of a cluster approach in selecting villages for service area. Villages in the same Gram Panchayat were to be allotted to the same branch in the extent possible. Next, survey of village. Each bank branch should conduct a survey of village allotted to it and should prepare a village profile. The survey had to cover demographic features of villages, land and use and cropping patterns, existing economic activities, potential for their expansion, scope for new activities, existing skills and status of the infrastructure development, and coverage of rural families by credit institutions. These data were to be collected from various sources. Village profile forms were to be updated every year based on the survey, taking into account the developmental changes that had occurred in the service area. Bank officials should make periodic visit to the villages and should maintain continuous contact with the डेवलपमेंट एजेंसीज। स्टूडेंट आज इसके 2 पॉइंट डिस्कस किए, कल इसके 3 पॉइंट डिस्कस करेंगे। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट।